Well, hello folks. Now today's video is all about understanding the science of creating the media plan for the YouTube video ads. Now, when it comes to media planning, then I guess the most difficult part is to understand the cost for all of these campaigns. And then the another difficult part is to decide what all campaigns you need to add to the media plans. Now, it totally depends upon what your client is expecting. For example, if your client is looking to generate YouTube subscriptions, then you simply have to add the subscription based campaign in their media plan. Now, this campaign directly generates the YouTube subscriptions, which means people who are gonna like or subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then if you have to simply create the media plan for the in-stream videos, in-stream means when your client wants you to show your videos in between or before when somebody watches a video on YouTube. In that case, you simply go with the skippable and non-skippable in-stream ads. In the third case, if you have a client who want you to show the ad within the YouTube feed or when somebody searches on YouTube, in that case, you only keep the option of having the in-feed video ads in that media plan. Now, if you have a client who want you to show the short videos in the YouTube Shorts page, in that case, you make this media plan for YouTube Shorts. And in the end, if you have a client who wants you to show the ad in the case of the 6-second videos, in that case, the only option that you have is to make a media plan for the YouTube bumper ads. So as I said, we have different options of creating the media plans. So all media plan has to contain different campaigns, but then in this video, we are going to cover creating the media plans for all of these campaign types. You can understand what all media plans, so you can make a media plan depending on your client requirement. And then after this media plan, we'll be making each and every campaign one by one. So after the media plans, you'll be having to see how you can create all of these campaigns within the YouTube ad or within the Google ad interface. Now, starting with the kind of fields, then we need to write this media plan with platforms. So in our case, we have this platform of YouTube. Then we have to write the objective. We have to write the campaign types, which will get all the campaign types. Then we have to write the placement, which means where the ads are going to be available. Then the ad type. So here the videos are the only ad types that we are keeping for this media plan. The most important one is the target audience. Now, target audience for any business depends on the business type. Now, in our case, we are generating this media plan for this is Springtails artificial jewelry store. Now, this store is having the artificial jewelry that too only for females. And also, this store is having the artificial jewelries only, which means this store is not having the real jewelries. That's why we have decided the target audience for Delhi NCR, which is the tier 1 city. Then the ads are to be placed only for females because the products on these websites are female products. And then in terms of age range, it's 18 to 34 just because the artificial jewelry products are majorly being bought by the female within the age range of 34. And then in terms of interest, we have to show these ads to the category or to the interest of artificial jewelries. Now, after target audiences, we have the interaction type. So in interaction type, we are generating this entire plan for views. Then we have the option which shows us how many views we'll be generating against the cost that is being assigned to each and every campaign type. In terms of bidding, we are keeping the bidding value of CPV, which means cost per view. So this is the amount that we are going to pay for each and every campaign to generate one single view. And then we have the dedicated cost for each and every campaign. And finally, we have the visibility factors. Visibility means we are going to show the view rate and impressions. And also we have the conversion parameters for all of these campaigns. Now, one thing that I want to start with is all about the cost. So cost is something which you have to dedicate to each and every campaign in the media plan. Now there are two scenarios. One, you get a cost from the client for a subscription based campaign or maybe for a inescapable ad set campaign. In that case, you simply add that monthly cost against that campaign. So let's say if you have a 10,000 rupees of cost for the subscription based campaign, you simply put 10,000 rupees over here. And if your CPV is 1 INR and you generate one conversion at the cost of 10 INR, you can simply generate 1,000 conversions, which means 1,000 subscriptions for that particular channel, for that particular project. Now, in our case, just because we are choosing these random numbers, then in the second case, you simply have to assign any budgets to the campaigns, which can also be the scenario. It happens a lot of times that the client who is looking forward to get a media plan from you, he does not provide you any cost. He does not provide you any further details. In that case, you have to randomly pick any cost for those campaigns, for those media plans. So here, we're just keeping the random cost for each and every campaigns one by one. Now, the first campaign starts with the skippable in-stream ad. A skippable in-stream ad is the 5-second ad. I simply call it 5-second ad is because you can simply skip this ad right after 5 seconds. Now, the cost per view for this skippable ad in YouTube stays around 0.50 INR. And the best part about all the video campaigns is that the cost majorly stays same. Now, when you run or when you make a media plan for a search campaign, the CPV or the CPC changes from business to business. For example, for a real estate business, you can have a CPC of around 50 INR in India. And then for a e-commerce business, you can have a CPC of only around 6 to 7 INR. But in the case of videos, the CPV, which is the cost per view, majorly stays same. Now, in terms of skippable in-stream ad, if we have a CPV of around 0.50, which is most likely, most easily to get on YouTube skippable ad campaign, we simply can generate around 200 views. So what we do after putting the cost and the average CPV amount, we simply have to use the is equal to formula and we divide cost by CPV, which means we are simply generating around 200 views. Now, in terms of view rate, we simply have a view rate of around 15%, which means out of 10 people who watches your ad, in fact out of 100 people who watches your ad or who in fact to get your ad on YouTube, only 15 people actually do not click on the skip button and watch this complete skippable in-stream ad. Let me repeat. So skippable ad is all about getting an ad or showing an ad on YouTube which people can skip, which means if people are skipping the ad, they are not watching the ad. Now, what we have seen is that 15% people normally watches the complete ad. Remaining 85% people always click on this skip button. So we have a skip rate of only left for the people who are not skipping this ad. So we have a view rate of around 15%. Now to find out the impression, we have a simple formula which is equal to views divided by view rate. So we have a impression of around 1,333 people, which means these number of people are simply getting the ad on YouTube, after which 15% people are only viewing the ad copy, which means 200 people are the actual number of people who are viewing our ad on YouTube. Now, in terms of conversion values, we will never be having the conversion values for the branding and awareness campaigns. So all of these fields stays NA, which means not available. Now, coming to the second campaign of this media plan, which is all about the non-skippable in-stream ad. This ad does not let you to skip the video. So user cannot simply skip this ad copy. So that's why we have a CPV of around 0.15%, 0.15, which is slightly lesser than, in fact, far lesser than what we pay for a cost per view in skippable in-stream ad. So usually this ad campaign runs on the CPM model. This does not run on CPV model. In fact, all the non-skippable ads run on the CPM model. But just for the calculation, I have added the cost per view for a non-skippable in-stream ad. Now for non-skippable in-stream ad, the cost per view stays around 0.15, which simply means we can generate around 1000 view at the cost of 150 INR. Now, the view rate for this non-skippable in-stream ad stays around 100%, just because people cannot skip this video, and everyone who get this 15-second video ad on their devices, they literally have to, they forcefully have to watch these videos. And for 1,000 impressions that get generated, 1,000 people get views. So for 1,000 impression means when this ad goes to 1,000 people, all of these 1,000 people have to watch this ad, so the 1,000 impression gets converted into total 1,000 views. Now, talking about the third kind of ad type or the campaign type, which is all about the in-feed video ads. First of all, in-feed video ads shows at two different places. One, these ad shows when you search anything on YouTube in terms of a video result. Along with that, these ad also shows while you are going through your YouTube video feed. And also at the third place, when someone is watching a video, then this in-feed video ad also appears somewhere towards the right, which is called as YouTube Watch Next. Now, in terms of CPV, this stays around 1 INR. So we can simply generate 100 views at the cost of 100 INR. The view rate for these ads stays around 5%. So the impression is equal to views divided by view rate, which means we expect somewhere around 2000 impressions at the cost of 100 INR. Now, YouTube Shorts is another way, another campaign in YouTube where the ad is only going to be appear within the Shorts section of YouTube. In that case, the cost per view for a shorts video stays around 0.20, which means we can simply generate 500 views after spending 100 INR. Now, the view rate of these kind of campaigns stays around 8%, so we can expect around 6250 impressions. In terms of YouTube bumper ads, now bumper ads are the type of ads which are the 6-seconder non-skippable ads on YouTube. So when somebody gets these kind of bumper ads, person can simply cannot skip these ads. Now the CPV for bumper stays around 0.10%. Now the total number of views stays around 100 divided by CPV, which means we are talking about generating 1000 views. And also these ads are not skippable. That's why the view numbers stays similar to the impressions. Now, talking about the last campaign, which is a subscription based campaign, I shall add, I guess people are not able to look towards my right just because you must be getting a camera angle. So, okay, now I guess you can see these subscription numbers. All right. Now, the last campaign, which is the subscription based campaign, is a campaign which helps you to generate subscription. Now, the average view for this campaign stays around 1 INR, which means if you spend around 100 rupees, you generate 100 views. The view rate for this campaign stays around 5%. And the most important part are the conversion numbers. So, what I have seen, I recently ran a conversion based campaign, and this campaign has generated 10% conversion rate, which means we simply have to find out the conversion numbers. Now, the conversions is equal to 10% of the total number of views. So, out of 100 views, we have generated 10 subscriptions, and the cost per subscription stays around the total number of cost divided by total number of subscriptions. So, we are talking about generating 10 subscriptions after spending 100 rupees. In fact, I could have shown you these numbers, but then I cannot page a YouTube page. I cannot open up a YouTube account or a Google account right now. Perfect. So that's how you can generate the media plan for different campaigns. And it's really important to understand that you won't be creating these media plans for one single business. So in your case, you'll be making media plans for either two campaigns, either one campaign, which means subscription based campaign, or maybe you'll be making the media plans only and only for the in-feed video ad campaign. Now, people who are trying to learn digital marketing, people who are trying to know how do they generate media plans, I want you to complete these three exercises. In exercise 1, I simply want you to create a media plan for the CPV campaigns, for the campaigns which use cost per view bidding strategy. Now, you have to create this media plan for in-feed and a skippable in-stream ad campaign. In exercise 2, I want you to create the media plans which use CPM bidding strategies. So I want you to create the media plan for non-skippable in-stream shorts and bumper ads. For exercise 3, I want you to create a media plan for the YouTube channel subscription campaign, the last campaign which we had in the media plan. And after creating all of these three media plans, you shall be having a good hands-on experience on creating the media plans, at least for YouTube video ads. Now, post to which, if you are looking forward to know how to launch all of these campaigns one by one in YouTube, then you can simply start with learning YouTube video skippable ad in-stream ad campaign, video in feed ad campaign, shorts campaign, 6 second bumper ad. So in this entire video course, I have all the campaigns listed one by one. So you can go through all of these campaign videos, and then you'll be able to know and complete the exercises of all of these YouTube video ads training course. I shall probably see you in the next video.